insomnia. It don't relax on you. It keeps coming back. But it's not like as if it's new. It's been like this for a long, long time, and well, the way my life has been, yeah, real talk. Yeah, my life has been. It's not surprising to me I have insomnia. It's too much has happened. It's actually funny to me that like the legal system, the medical system, when ran through through policies, opposed to the research side of things. I do separate because again, when you actually know how these systems work, they're not one system. Like the medical side of the U.S. is not just one thing. It's many, many, many systems, and they might not even be because you have research, the research medical side, which doesn't mess with civilians. They do their research, develop, and then disperse that information to the rest of the medical field. And then things happen like, policies on what, and all that jazz, and how it should be addressed to patients or whatnot, that kind of stuff. Um, Basically, though, I'll never really understand at all the need to chain up people to a bed for 10 hours, sometimes more. The reason why I say that is because in the US, there is a medical situation, there's medical processes where your rights are revoked. I've already talked about this once in the video, but I never really did talk about how they treat you when you're chained up to a bed for 10 whole hours, can only get off the bed when you request it, so you're unable to really do anything. And for a person with ADHD and autism, that's just, well, cruel. There's no real reasoning to it if the person shows at every turn they're not violent. They might not even be against the idea of going to a treatment facility. Or you ought to talk to them and make sure that, yeah, thoroughly, there is no real rhyme or reason, because at the end of the day, an assumption is an assumption. And an assumption should never be put into any report. It should never be made official by anybody's terms. It's the same thing as a situation back when I used to live with family, with my grandparents specifically, and my sister. Before I had the apartment, before I was able to, before I was, well, rewarded my claim of my disability, I was trying my best to just make it through every day. Living in an indoor patio with no air conditioning, so you know what that means. Summers were hot, hot, and winters were cold, cold. And sometimes I would just feel like, well, I'm just back in the Marine Corps all over again at this point. And then that special time in the garage was fun too. The summers in there. I lost a lot of weight. Trust me, my coworkers and some of my customers back when I used to work at a convenience store told me off the bat, like, man, you lost a lot of weight. And I was like, that's all the Marine Corps weight. I used to have a whole bunch of muscle. Lost all that. It felt odd, but it was just like, I could care less at this point. There's just so much stuff that's going on with me, the world around me. I don't have any real reason to even stop to look at the mirror and really like examine what has been going on. Shoot, I remember someone in particular noticed that that my gray hairs, well, I don't know, gray, white, whatever, started growing more. But that's what happens when you, well, always getting pushed down, always getting thrown around. I'm gonna cut this one into bit parts because it's a long one and it's already 5 minutes. So Just tune in for the next part if you're even listening. And also have a good one. And if you're sleeping, stay asleep. This is just a long amount of horrible things that I find bad, not because they happen to me, but because they're policy, meaning that they happen to anybody and everybody. Doesn't matter anything about you. You could have been an okay person, and one person just feels as though you need to go to sleep. Bam, you're in there. 10 hours and everything. I'm gonna talk about something special though in the next one.